Loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head, comb it over, wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real, natural-looking hair back permanently. They're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who texts SAVE11 to 85850. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. You wash it. You cut it. It's your own real, naturally growing hair. It's protected the Bosley guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Text SAVE11 to 85850. That's SAVE11 to 85850.
Black Friday savings continue through Monday at Ace. Visit acehardware.com to get your coupon for 15% off your entire purchase, in-store or online. Whether it goes under the tree or into a stocking, our best brands always make the best gifts. So bring in your list and save big with 15% off your entire purchase, in-store or online, Saturday through Monday. Must present coupon or redeem. Offer valid at participating stores and acehardware.com on regular priced items. Limit 1. Exclusions apply.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ordinary bar soaps may do a good job of cleansing. Easy. Done and done. But with Dove, you get a whole lot more. Because every bar is made with 1/4 moisturizing cream. Gently, but it's feeling soft, smooth, and nourished. Upgrade to Dove, the bar that gives you more. It cleanses and cares. Plus, it's #1 recommended by dermatologists. Now that is money well spent. Dove, get more from your beauty bar.
AM 1050, WLIP, live and local. Area 1051, with your host, Dr. Destruction. Aliens and UFOs, plus legendary tales of extraterrestrials, spirits, and ghost towns. Tonight, midnight till 4 a.m. on the Lip. AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha County Radar Weather. Sponsored by Mason's Eatery and Pub, Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road, Kenosha. With happy hour, weekdays 2 to 5. Buy one, get one on draft beer, cocktails, and wine.
Rain and snow likely before 9 p.m. Then a chance of snow with a low of around 27 with wind gusts out of the per hour. Snow accumulation of less than a half an inch possible. Then Monday, mostly cloudy, then turning sunny with a high near 35 with north wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 24. Then Tuesday, partly sunny and a high of 39. This is your weather twice an hour or when severe weather strikes on AM 1050 WLIP.
I wanna meet Santa Claus, a real Santa. I wanna meet Santa Claus, a real Santa. I wanna see Santa Claus, a real Santa. He wants to meet old Santa Claus. I took my brother to the department store. He wanted to show Santa his Christmas list.
Good evening and welcome to Get Real with Ralph. I am your humble host, Ralph Nudi, coming to you live from the studios of AM 1050 WLIP in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And we're simulcast live from Kenosha to the Canary Islands and all across the world via our YouTube channel. Just tune in to GetReal.com. That's GetRealWithRalph.com. We got a fun show coming up tonight. We have director Gene Sanchez and Phil Specht, cast member from the Miracle on 34th Street musical radio show, which is going to be opening at the Rhodey Center for Performing Arts. We also have special guest Angie McDermott, who is a speaker. She's going to be talking to us about de-stressing for the holidays. Special musical guest Michael Bass. Stay tuned for an exciting show.
He's just helping Santa Claus, a real Santa. He's helping Santa Claus, a real Santa. He's just helping Santa Claus, a real Santa. He's just helping Santa Claus. He's just helping Santa Claus, a real Santa. He's just helping Santa Claus, a real Santa. He's just helping Santa Claus, a real Santa. He's just helping Santa.
Good evening, welcome. Boy, that was a couple of seconds of radio silence here. Wasn't expecting that.
That was like what is that? Just a dramatic effect.
That was they call that a beat in a script. You take a little dramatic pause. So we're in the studio today. We have Jeannie Sanchez, who is directing Miracle on 34th Street, and of course, as always, I have my trusty producer here, Mr. Jim Salovich.
Your co-host, and I have my co-host, Luana.
Yep.
The co-host to the co-host.
Co-host to the co-host.
It's a lot of co-hosting going on.
A lot of co-hosting going on around here.
Yeah. Been an exciting week, huh?
It's been a great week. I'm excited for you guys. Weekends, what I'm excited for.
Yeah, well, you've been killing it with Kringle at the 6th Street Theater.
Kringle musical. We just finished our, what was it? Our second week? Was our third week. Just finished our third weekend, and then we have two shows. We have a show on Wednesday night, Thursday night that was bought out by some companies, and then we got one on Friday, two on Saturday, one on Sunday.
Yep.
So I'm going to be dead. I'll be basically dead when this run is over. But I'm taking off work Thursday and Friday. So.
Well, yeah, it's like you put your whole life into this thing, and
oh my God, yeah,
it is definitely a labor of love.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, do you even know who you are?
I have no idea who I am right now. I mean, if Ralph didn't say my name, I have no idea who I am. But yeah, it was fun. It's a really good run today. My mom was at today's performance.
Aww.
Yeah,
That's so
I
sweet.
apologize to her.
Ahead of time, hopefully.
Oh yeah, well, she always knows. It's like whenever I do shows, I said, "My 6th Street don't need to be no swearing, but there's gonna be some double entendres. There's gonna be some suggestive things."
Yes, when you're hoping that those hearing aid batteries are dying, right?
No, she hears just fine. Believe me, she could always hear just fine.
And I'm more the opposite. Like when we do anything, like all the family comes. Like
all the
everybody.
family comes.
Sisters, brothers, cousins.
With the holiday.
Cousins.
Yeah. See, we get together with the family on the holidays. You never know when a intervention is going to break out. Yeah, you just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got to worry about that fork going into somebody's hand for making the wrong comment at the dinner table.
Well, not so much that, but we'll talk more. Hey, there's a show going on this weekend opening at the Roadie. Tell us more, Ralph.
There is. So I want to introduce Jeannie Sanchez as well as Phil Specht, who is playing Chris Kringle. So it's a little different than the movie if you've seen it, or even if you've heard the radio play, because there's some good musical acts in it. So, Jeannie, take it away. Tell us a little bit about this show and why you're excited about it.
Well, I love this show because it's something I grew up with. It originally came out in 1947, so we're trying to set the play in 1947. And with that, it's about Macy's and Gimbel's, and Macy's department store Santa, who their HR person thinks that he's completely insane. They end up going to court over it, and Ralph here is playing our Fred, who is our lead male.
Sure, that's why the beard is gone, as you can see. Goodbye to No Shave November, and hello to Fred Gailey, the attorney.
And then we have Phil here, who plays our Chris Kringle, who is the one who's put on trial for being insane at New York's Supreme Court.
Sure, so it's the same far-fetched tale that's always been out there.
It's like a radio play.
It is.
It's like one of those old time type of things that you would see pictures of and things as such, where the scripts are on the stage or on the stands, right? Use them on the stands. And now, do you have a sound effects person?
Yeah, we have two Foley artists. And
I'm sorry, what are they called?
Foley artists.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think I said Foley again, didn't I?
Yeah, write that one down.
Foley.
Foley artist.
Foley artist. Oh, so that's kind of neat.
I'm fully artistic too.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have a pianist. And it's pretty amazing that we have a pianist who can play all these parts, because I even showed it to my cousins who are both master's students in music. And they're like, this is kind of crazy. There's a lot of strange sharps and flats and time changes. So it's a really challenging show. And I'm really proud of my cast because they are doing so well with it.
Even Ralph? Okay. All right.
But I'm telling you.
Got to check on him sometimes.
The stealer of the show is his daughter.
Of course.
Oh, nice.
It was such a... She sings so good.
We're going to have her on along with a few other cast members next Sunday. But yeah, she really, I mean, I hate bragging about her because she's my own daughter, but I just like to let her work speak for itself. But she's impressed all the adults. I think she was the first cast member to not be looking at a script about 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. All the rest of us are thumbing through the pages and worrying about our lives as well as the play. And the only thing on her mind is this is her life, and you can tell.
And coloring on Post-it notes.
And how long does it usually take to do a play from start to finish? And how many hours do you guys have to put into this?
Well, as a director, I've been putting in 24 hours a day, basically into it. I go to home and I sleep occasionally. My poor house is a disaster area. I'm surprised my cats have been fed at all. Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome.
And so it's a labor of love for me because I really do love this show, and it is a very show because this is a community theater at some point. Mostly it's done by colleges and professional groups. So we're doing it as non-professional community performers. And it's challenging.
What's the
but it's wonderful.
I mean, on top of everything, as far as setting it all up and the acting and the practicing and rehearsing this and that, the set. I mean, it's a holiday thing, right?
It is completely holidays.
Jeannie, how big of a monster is the set?
Well,
this set
as monstrous as it can be,
Right.
considering it's on half of our regular stage.
It's a good size set, but one of the nice things about it is it's a fairly simple set, though. You don't have a lot of stairs or a lot of complexities because you don't have the different scenes that take place in the actual movie. What you have is you've got the 5 big, huge 1940 style Shure microphones at the front that everybody runs up to. And you've got the piano with the call letters of the radio station, which our fictitious station is WKTN. And then you have the Foley bench, which is Foley shuffling sound effects with, and then a little area for everybody to sit, and it's decorated for Christmas. And everybody kind of runs back and forth to the microphone.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And where do I get tickets for this? Like, how do I go about finding you guys? Is it posted on Facebook? Is there?
It is posted on Facebook. It is also at roadiecenter.org.
That's RHODE center.org.
And you can also buy them at the door.
And how many seats in there? So people.
There's approximately 310 seats in one theater, and the show times. We're opening on this Friday the 6th at 7:30, and then Saturday we have a time at 7:30. Sunday the 8th at 2 p.m. Now remember, our shows on Sunday. A lot of people think that's 2:30. No, we start them at 2 p.m. and the night shows are at 7:30.
Okay. Are you gonna have any matinee performances on a Saturday?
No, there are no Saturday matinees.
The children's shows.
Yeah, for the children's theater.
But speaking of which, this is all ages. Would the kids like it?
Oh, I hope so.
It's definitely a family-friendly show, language-wise, and
I mean,
everything else.
And you got a little kid on stage,
right?
You've got a little kid, and you've got a little kid and Santa Claus on stage. I mean, although he's not wearing he's not wearing the whole suit. He's in street clothes, carrying his cane.
Well, we don't want to, have the kid think if there isn't none Santa Claus,
right?
Because there is.
Well,
everybody listening out there right now, there is a Santa Claus.
That's the whole premise of the show.
The moral of the story is the little girl who starts off not believing in Santa Claus ends up believing because Chris helps her get what she wants. So it's a touching story. If you've ever seen the movie and you enjoyed it growing up, you're in for a treat. It is one of the staples in my household that we play every holiday season when we're decorating the tree, right along with It's a Wonderful Life and the new classics, Elf and Home Alone. You have to watch all those every Christmas.
Yes, absolutely.
It's so important to have the right stage manager in hand, the right assistant director. Tell us more about your crew.
All right. So we have my AD is Kim Emer, and then my assistant AD. I guess I'm not sure what
the assistant to the assistant.
Assistant to the assistant, or he's married my assistant. I'm not sure. So they're both my assistant ADs.
Okay.
And they are amazing.
Is that Scott?
Yeah, Scott Holloway.
Okay.
And we have Brian Chung as the musical director.
And
Brian's amazing.
Brian Chung is our musical director, and that is literally our cast and crew. Phil here is also playing Chris Kringle, and
let's get him in on the microphone there.
Come on in.
Come on there, Chris Kringle. Get on over to that microphone.
Don't let me down, Chris.
I won't try.
So Chris, I just called you Chris. Hey Phil, we were talking years since you've been on stage.
22 years.
Wow. How's it feel?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Just like you never left, right?
I just can't remember that it was this much work. Maybe it's because it's 22 years later, but it is a lot of work, and this is a very high output show. It's been a little more difficult than a lot of other shows I've done, even though I did bigger shows.
Right.
And but it's all coming together. I think Gene would have been proud of us, a little rehearsal that just the cast had on their own today. and we really kind of whip things into shape.
That's always the fun part, though, isn't it? It's like, because you're in Hell Week coming up here.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I just got done with my Hell Week a couple weeks ago, and it is exactly that. It can be.
It
Oh,
can
yeah.
be.
It can be, but it's also gratifying once you get through there and you work out the kinks and you work out different things, and all of a sudden you're like, hey man, we have a show.
Yeah.
We started also one of the main cast members or his
Mhm.
daughter. I didn't know Haley, who is playing my love interest in the show. The only cast member I knew was my own daughter who was in it. And I had met, Gene and I knew each other in high school, but we've only met a handful of times since then. So, and Phil, did you know any of the other cast members?
Oh, not a one. Not a
So,
one.
and I would say that, Dave didn't know many of us either. Haley just moved here from Florida. So this is, we came in as strangers on top of it all. We're a lot of theater groups. You have a chemistry from working with each other in production after production. And we came in as strangers just a couple of short months ago. And I feel like we've really come together as a cast in the last few weeks and days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's, with not knowing each other, and then you guys are now bonding and you're friends. And
Mhm.
so tell me, how amazing is Nudi singing?
Well,
You're going to have
he's,
to. You're going to have to wait for the performance for that. And
he's
judge for
working
yourself.
on it. He's working on it.
Wow.
And I went actually, and you guys I was kind of a little bit behind the scenes, and I was hearing him sing, and I said, wow, I didn't know Nudi can actually sing a little bit, huh?
Well, you got to go to karaoke some night and listen to that guy sing.
Yeah, we sang a duet at karaoke one
We
night.
did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We've been dropping in at the rendezvous every once in a while.
Did you drop the mic after you're done?
No, I did. I just couldn't.
If it was his, he would.
Yeah,
But
I
go-
couldn't do that to somebody else's mic.
But going back to what
For too
Luana,
much money.
Going back to what Luana said, as far as and I get this every time when I'm in a show, I just build these bonds with people.
Mhm.
I mean, because you experience something together.
Right.
And you
Yeah,
go through the whole production, all the rehearsing and the workshopping things and trying different new things. And I say one of my favorite things about being is the friends I get when I come out
Yes,
of it.
absolutely. And I think that's like a forever bond.
It is.
That's
It is
something
because
that won't go
because
away.
you experienced it together.
Right. And Jim and I have been doing shows together
Yep,
for years.
yep.
Christmas shows especially.
Yeah, we did a couple Christmas shows. Everything from Rudolph the Pissed Off Reindeer to It's a Wonderful Life and all the other stuff. Yeah,
Right.
Rudolph the Pissed Off Reindeer.
we gotta bring that back. I want to direct that.
I played Mrs. Claus.
She played Mrs. Claus. I played Sam the Snow Guy.
How was
Samuel
it
the
being
Snow
married to
Guy.
Santa?
Well, since he was a good 5 feet taller than me, and our
Or
son,
who isn't?
son was quite literally 7 feet tall, and we're supposed to
Oh,
be
yeah.
jumping down, and he says, "Everyone, take a knee," and I'm still standing, and everybody's even keel with me. So
that was a fun show. Now,
fun.
again, this show is coming up this weekend.
Hope it's this weekend, 6th,
Okay.
7th, 8th, and then the following weekend as well.
Center, aecenter.org to get tickets and also to buy other tickets for upcoming shows. Anything coming up that you can think of right away, Gene?
Yep, Little Shop of Horrors is next.
Yeah, because I know you're on the you're on,
Ooh,
you're on the board. You're a board
exciting.
member.
Yes, and Haley, who's playing our female lead, who plays the love interest of Ralph, she's actually very new to her. This is her first Cody, and she got the lead, and
She's
now
Audrey?
she's playing Audrey.
She is. Oh,
in
great.
Little
great.
Shop of Horrors. So I'm really
You're
super proud of her.
gonna love it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I
you're gonna
will.
absolutely love it.
And
That's
her
awesome.
husband is also playing in it.
Mm.
He's one of the Foley artists, and he's also playing Arch Macy. So he's trying to get his roles down, and he's also playing a priest. So it's kind of interesting to watch this, how he has to go from one part to another part. He's running from Foley to playing a part, back to Foley, playing a part.
Talking
And
about trial
Leah
by
does
fire,
it.
his first
I like
ever
that.
production of any sort.
I like that.
I have to say, 27 years ago was the last time I did a show. I was bringing out our Christmas stuff, and I had our old keepsakes in there, including a playbill for a show that and I read that playbill, and I thought, wow, it's been so long. I was looking at a picture of some kid that used to be me. And
Mm.
it is a lot harder when you come back. Phil says been 22 years for him, but then the complexity of the music in this one, the tight old school barbershop style harmonies and all the little commercials that you sing
Mhm.
during the commercial. Could you imagine if we had to do that for real in this radio station, like sing all of our own
No,
commercial breaks?
it used to be that way years ago. I mean, not
Live
so, much, not
jingles.
so much for the live jingles and things as such. That was a little bit before its time. But when this radio station first started in 1947, back downtown Kenosha, they had a lot of microphones up, a lot of different type of programmings. You had,
Sound
doing
effects
thing-
people.
sound effects people, all that fun stuff. Yeah, yeah.
It's funny that you guys are doing the Little Shop of Horrors. They're actually thinking about doing the remake of the movie.
Yeah, they are.
The Little Shop
That's
of
right.
Horrors, and they're thinking about getting Lady Gaga to play the main character.
Play Audrey.
Mhm.
I like that.
She would totally crush that. role.
Oh,
Totally crush
The
it.
show we're doing there is The Jungle Book, which is also a children's theater show.
nice.
That's all. When does that open?
I believe in April.
In April.
or
Okay.
I have some
May.
kids that are pretty excited about auditioning for that one.
Oh,
Yes, I want to play. I want to play one of the Panthers.
So if anyone, anyone can come in and audition. I mean, if
Absolutely.
there's something that you want, if you want to volunteer, I talk a lot about volunteering and trying to help out that way to get more people to come out to the theater.
Yeah, if you're listening to this,
Yeah.
you go to my show link either on the YouTube channel or my Facebook page, and I'll have more stuff for the Roadie Center. But we definitely are always looking for more people to audition for shows, volunteer.
auditions to help out. I mean, it's a big building.
Costumers.
We need costumers. We
Props.
need, people do makeup. We need to, do different things. To usher, work concessions, which I like doing. There's alcohol there. So, yeah. And there is alcohol at the thing too.
Yes.
So it's. We can actually
And licensed bartenders.
licensed bartenders as well. So that's a draw. So there's different things that you can do, that you can be a part of to help. It's a nonprofit, right? Let's talk about that. I want to make sure that that's talked about when we talk about the Lakeside Players. That people realize when you come to that theater, you don't have people getting paid.
Nobody gets paid.
to give you your popcorn or and you know what?
Every single person that's working there is volunteering their time to grow this organization. It is growing.
And if you're there to watch something, do something, help out too by picking up after yourself, maybe. I don't know.
Yes. Oh,
But-
yes.
But let's talk a little bit about the Lakeside Players and their history a little bit.
Okay,
and what it's all
Lakeside.
about.
Well, it's at the Roadie building. It's been there since 1929. Is I believe the third building that has been built there. The first two had burnt down in fires, and it was originally the Roadie Theater, and most people know it as the Lake Theater. It used to be beautiful. It had these vault ceilings, beautiful tile. And it's like they split the building in half, and
That movie's there.
yes,
I saw
and they
Rocky there.
Yeah,
blocked
that's
up-
when the megaplexes were popular. They decided they needed to split the theater in half.
Yep.
Worst thing they ever did to the theater.
Yeah.
and it destroyed some of the most beautiful Spanish
Oh,
tile.
the ceiling and the tile and
yes.
things.
It's beautiful.
But so then the Roadie, I know that Lakeside Players were down by the Kemper Center for a little bit.
Yep, they were at the Kemper Center. Originally started, I believe, in 1973.
Okay. That
And
sounds about
we've
right.
and we've had the charters since then, and all the state
So-
proper papers and
So
stuff.
does the money? So what you guys make for the volunteers and everything, it goes back to restoring the building
Yes.
more.
And every year in November we have a casino night to help raise money. And if anybody wishes to donate to that for the future, that'd be awesome. We
Be a
can contact
sponsor.
it. And we were always looking for people to come help us out and companies to help us out. We also have weddings there. A lot of people have
Beautiful.
weddings there. My own mother got married there, and so it's kind of special. Our president, Jen Cooper, and her husband, John, also
They got married there.
engaged while
Engaged
they
on
were on
stage.
stage. Then they had their wedding there. So it's a very special
And it has
place for all
the
of us.
vestibule, the hallway, and the atrium is just absolutely beautiful.
Yes,
it is.
It's absolutely beautiful. So now the Roadie Lakeside Players nonprofit,
100% nonprofit.
100% nonprofit.
All the money we get is we put right back into the building.
Mhm.
And we're after the flood we had about 5 years ago, we're trying to still rebuild from that.
Right.
And so we're trying to buy down our mortgage, and we're doing everything that we possibly can. And as I said, I give a lot of kudos to Jen Cooper,
Mhm.
who is our president, and then Katie Gray, who is our
Mm-hmm.
vice president, Celeste Fleming, who is our treasurer, and I am the secretary. But our board works
Right.
relentlessly for this theater.
It's ran by the board of volunteers. Board of volunteers,
100%.
different committees, building committees.
I really fell into getting involved. My daughter was in Frozen,
Mhm.
and I really fell in love with the organization right away. I mean, it's
Mhm.
only been a few short months, but I've gotten to know a lot of great people and seen that there's really a lot of selflessness going on.
Yeah.
Like, people really trying to promote the arts locally. Wow, that was a tongue twister for
And,
me.
and that's so huge too for what Kenosha has become. Kenosha has become
We're
a
becoming this
we're
little cultural
tourism.
epicenter.
We're
We really are.
tourism. We're
And
tourism.
I was wondering about that too, because I've noticed, like, being a newcomer here and walking around, there has been a lot of historic buildings that have just gone they're not doing anything with it, and the people are holding on to it, trying to restore it and fix
Oh, if
it.
you only know Luana, we're gonna have to introduce you to Lou Regani. You can have like a whole hour on that one.
Oh yeah, totally.
Talk about this, and it was
Yeah,
built
and
in.
if anybody knows about Old Kenosha,
It's
it's
Lou.
Lou Regani.
Yeah, he
It's an old
absolutely does.
Kenoshan.
I didn't
And
say that, Lou. Jim
and
did.
we're surrounded by water. Like everything is just.
He doesn't like me already, so it doesn't matter.
Don't worry, he likes me enough for the both of us.
So, Rotary Center for the Arts, folks, that's coming up this weekend, right?
This week.
This coming up weekend.
This coming
This
weekend.
Friday. This
Opening
Friday
on the
opening.
6th. Yep.
Get your tickets now, rodycenter.org, RHODE center.org.
Make a date night out of it. Come to the downtown area. There's plenty of places to go. Have
We
a
got
dinner.
sushi place is going to open
We
next
got
door. pretty
sushi
soon.
place opening next door pretty soon. Slip 56 is 2 doors down.
That's there.
Kaiser's is a block away.
Swedes is right next
Sassy
door.
B is a block away for dinner. A lot of great
All
places
these other
to get
people
dinner.
that don't buy sponsorship on our radio station, they're all going to be there.
We're just talking about the general area.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, so definitely get down there. I mean, I cut my teeth on acting there, and I gained a lot of confidence being on stage. Just being on stage and say, hey, I can actually do this. This is great. Now I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And what do you got going on? Okay, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Well,
That
my
sounds like
first show
fun.
there was in '92.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a freshman in college, so
That was the last year I ever did a show, 92.
it was Lend Me a Tenor.
Ah.
So with Chuck Lindis, so it was a lot of fun. And that's where I cut my teeth as an AD. So I was able to go ahead and direct other shows.
There you are, folks. So if you want to be a part of it, just give a call down. Actually, go to online, click on I want to be a volunteer. You got that click, right? Can you click on do that?
Yeah, you can
All
totally
right.
click and volunteer.
I'm just
sign up
spouting
for
right now.
audition
You are.
auditions, and please come out for auditions because you never know, you might fall in love with it too, just like we all have.
Mhm.
And there's an amazing place where you're going to meet a lot of wonderful people. You're going to create families.
And Ralph.
Yes.
And Ralph.
And you
And-
can hear him sing.
You may come if you're curious. Come check it out this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, following weekend. Get in the Christmas spirit.
And we're expecting a miracle
We are expecting a miracle.
on
And
30th.
Somebody can't wait to see you, buddy.
well, hopefully it's all going to go well. I'm not
Well, I'll be there.
really
To,
leaning on Ralph too much.
I'll-
His
I'll-
daughter's going to make the show. She's stealing the act.
I'll be there
She
the
is a
second
public
weekend. I got to close on my show this weekend. So
Well, thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Jim. Thank you,
All right,
Len.
sure.
And
Thank
Guys-
you.
wonderful being
thanks
here
for
with you
coming
tonight.
in.
Yes.
After the break, we're going to have Angie McDermott on. She's going to talk to you a little bit about managing holiday stress. And then we have musical guest Michael Bass back after the break.
The holidays are the season of giving.
Presents are the best way to show someone how much you care.
And WLIP is giving you the chance to have your mortgage paid for a year. Pretty cool, right?
You just made my holiday.
WLIP's home for the holidays.
I can now be married.
Well, that's my name.
To get started, go to WLIP.com for all the details and to enter. Made possible by the Brian Shaughnessy Realty Team. Buy low, sell high, call Bry. Visit RealtorBRY.com. And by Bargains Inc. from Kenosha's AM 1050 WLIP.
Hey, sweetie, what's going on?
Well, honey, I have some news.
Okay, what?
All that training paid off. I got the job.
Oh, I knew you would get it. So when do you start?
When you donate stuff to Goodwill, you help provide job training for people right here in your community. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Are you looking for the hottest places to have a dinner date or the coolest places to grab a drink and appetizers with friends? Well, 262 Eats has it all. 262 Eats is a local food show that features the best the area has to offer. Watch Ralph Nudi as he samples the food, interviews the owners, and takes you inside and behind the scenes of the favorite places of locals and travelers. Channel to win prizes, gift certificates, and get special discount offers. That's 262 Eats.
We're all busy, but our health comes first.
I've got this mammogram scheduled. When is your colonoscopy?
Screening increases the chances of detecting certain cancers early when treatment can be most effective. Make time to schedule your screening appointment now.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Gwen Moore. I'm a cancer survivor. I know that early detection and treatment can make a difference. Talk to a doctor about your risk factors and what cancer screenings may be best for you.
Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Remembering Kenosha with Lou Rigotti.
So you've been to church before, whether you go or don't go anymore. Churches are foundation in the community, and boy, the history behind some of them. And some of it is a little hairy. Oh yeah, I mean, you've been there and I've been there, different churches over the years, but the ones in Kenosha, like the one where there were constant fightings and the pastor got I want him out.
Remember Kenosha this Monday at 3, live and local. Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP.
Jolly old St. Nick is going to be hanging out at Summers Village Hall on December 14th, having pancakes with all the kids. Proceeds are going to help Summers Fire and Rescue Association with purchases of life-saving equipment for the community. Join them for a holiday pancake breakfast, which includes sausage, milk, juice, or coffee. Adults are $8, seniors and children 3 to 12 are $5, and kids under 3 eat free. December 14th from 8 a.m. till noon at the Summers Village Hall at 7511 12th Street in Kenosha. For more information or to get your event on the community calendar, go to WLIP.com.
AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha County Radar Weather. Sponsored by
Mason's Eatery and Pub, Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road, Kenosha. Every Tuesday is Acoustic Tuesday.
Around 27 with wind gusts north as high as 30 miles per hour. Snow accumulation of less than a half an inch possible. Then Monday, mostly cloudy, then turning sunny with a high near 35 with north wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 24. Then Tuesday, partly sunny and a high of 39. This is your weather twice an hour or when severe weather strikes on AM 1050 WLIP.
I've been lied to. I've been here many times before. Don't you worry, I know where I stand. I don't need this love. I don't need your hand. I know I could turn. Think and you'd be gone. But I must be prepared anytime to carry on.
And we're back on the air. This is Get Real with Ralph, your host, Ralph Nudi, in the studios of AM 1050 WLIP here in Kenosha. You can pick up our show simulcast live on YouTube. Go to getrealwithralph.com to get right to it, or listen on WLIP.com. The holidays can be a pretty stressful time of year.
I want to talk bumper music real quick.
You want to talk bumper music?
We are. Because I was really getting into that.
I could see you really jamming it out over there.
Into that.
All right, you talk bumper music.
Bumper music today are the Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute album, written in 1978.
He played it before he came in and showed me. I thought it was Steely Dan.
Well, it has that feel.
It didn't
has
sound,
that feel.
It sounds different than the other.
Well,
Doobie
Michael
Brothers
McDonald played keyboards a lot with Steely. Recorded a lot with them as well. And that's when the Doobie Brothers switched. Tom Johnson left the band, and the Doobie Brothers came back with Michael McDonald to get a little blue-eyed soul into it. So that's what happened there.
It's definitely a different Doobie Brothers than the early days.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was that album is one of the top albums for me. Which is really wild because I didn't listen a lot of music.
That was an interesting time, I think, wasn't it? I mean, wasn't the whole country like doing coke and stuff like that back then?
The holidays,
still?
the holiday season.
Oh, now you want to talk
about
time. Now you want to talk about the holiday.
The holiday season. It's not snowing, is it?
I certainly wasn't. I was 5 years old,
gosh,
but
it's really cold outside.
I was 16.
Well, the holiday season can definitely be the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
For many, but other people are stressful time of the year. And there are a lot of things in the holiday season that elevate those stress levels of people. One of them is having families and the family conversations and the family gatherings that come, and all the unresolved problems that always seem to come back to light when you have those family dinners. You have the stress of gift giving and gift buying and making sure that you're meeting all your financial needs. You have the stress of just wrapping up the year.
Yeah.
You have the stress of less sunshine and shorter days and more cold weather.
You have the stress of being alone.
for some people, it's the stress of being
loneliest part
alone.
of the year is when the holiday season. What do
Oh,
I?
are you going to be alone?
Stop! I'm gonna
I'll
be
invite
crying.
you,
No,
don't
let's not make
worry,
fun
you
of
can
that
come
now.
over.
Okay.
But yeah, you have
But no,
people
you're
that are
right, but
alone.
absolutely.
You have people that they start thinking about their
Mhm.
lost loved ones more during the holidays and any other time of year.
Well,
Or
how about
even
this-
those who are
so-
surrounded by family but still feel alone.
The introverts. Someone who's like, oh my god, now I have to go out,
Mhm.
or afraid that there's
Yes.
to be an intervention if they meet with
So
their
many
family or
places you have to
something.
go.
Or yeah, absolutely.
So here to talk about holiday stress today is our next guest, Angela McDermott, who has been working as a light healer, as a personal coach, and as a public speaker for the last several years. And she's here to give us some tips on how to manage that holiday stress. This is a long-awaited welcome. Welcome to the program. How are you, Angela?
Yay, I'm well. Thank you for having me.
I'm so
Thanks for being on.
excited you're here.
Made
You're
it this
so
time.
beautiful.
As are
And
you.
she's
This is great.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes.
No, it is. It is. And it's not the funnest topic to talk
No.
about, but it is a very real part of the holidays. And it can be a real downer for so
Mhm.
many people. And so I've just found ways over years of studying and researching on how to not let that get us down. And it's easier said than, paying that credit card bill or getting that gift, but it does trigger some old childhood traumatic things that may have been buried for a long time, but then they come up. It can bring up, just thinking of the gifts and the family and the money. Some people are worried about their food and their health and diet at that time of year. And it brings up deep wounds of blame and shame,
Right.
guilt, fear. There's a lack and scarcity
Mhm.
mindset that can really get to people. And the trick is the epiphany, the mindset, the cosmic giggle is that it's all happening inside of our minds. The outside world is going to keep happening. The holidays will keep coming. Stress will keep happening. But we actually have the power to control where our mind goes with that and where we let it take us. And then hopefully what vices we do or don't have to choose during these times and keep ourselves feeling good to go into the new year.
Right.
Some of them may be familiar to some people, but the other ones that really shown the biggest effects, the biggest shifts that are effective come from concepts like the law of attraction. Some more and more people have been hearing the law of attraction or from The Secret right on. There's a concept of our thoughts create our things. And so, and it has been proven scientifically that things that
Thoughts
happen
are things.
they are, and they happen just momentarily in our minds before they manifest in reality. So when we can tap into that amazing power and human potential, we can stop ourselves from getting triggered. And so, I'm going to go over 5 tips and tricks
Nice.
here.
Okay.
To give everybody.
Give me a second. Get a pen.
Yeah.
Gotta write this down.
Yeah, and we can
5
watch
tips and
this
tricks.
again
we
and
can
again
watch this
on
again.
YouTube.
Watch it
Yeah.
again. We'll make sure Bill's not.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. So follow along, even if it sounds unfamiliar. Just try to wrap your head around the concept that we can create our own joy and our own happiness from within from using these tools. So, tip 1 is to simply breathe. Truly, truly breathe. Many of us just do this upper chest breathing, and our lungs are much longer than that. And so, to actually, anytime throughout your day, most powerful time to do it is before sleeping at night, waking up in the morning, but doing it before you shop, before you eat, before you go into the store, before you sit down for a meal. Take a real breath for real and drop those shoulders for a minute. People don't realize that they're tensing their stomach or holding their shoulders. And so I use a 4x4 breathing technique. So I just did one breath and I lowered my shoulders. Go ahead and do another breath. Hold it for 4 seconds and then breathe out again. And we do this 4 times. So the idea is breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds. The 4 seconds already getting all loopy. It really does work.
It's
It
really
really does
awesome.
work. And so it's a trick on how to get us out of PTSD. So many people suffer with chronic pain, anxiety, depression, PTSD every day. And that can be enhanced during the holidays, and others who don't experience that get it at the holidays.
Who would have known when I was 12 when we played light as a feather, stiff as a board that was going to be a coping mechanism?
Totally played that.
But you always tell someone, take a breath.
Right.
If they're getting worked up, just you always take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
And often in society that's become almost take a
go-to.
breath,
Yeah.
but to actually do it for people to actually say keep breathing, and remind ourselves to take a breath.
And I feel
And
like I
so-
don't breathe enough.
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
yeah, so I can definitely understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's just like,
Well, there's
and-
things to do.
yeah.
The mind is busy. So it's
Yeah.
all about, these are mind hacks. So this
Okay.
is how to hack
Okay.
our overthinking. It's almost like breathing is good for me. And I've been studying this for years. I've been practicing it. I do it with my children, and I still have to remind myself, or lovely people remind me. So
Right.
tip number 1 is to truly, truly breathe. 4x4 breathing technique. It's
4x4.
wonderful.
Nice.
Second tip is to be mindful, deliberate, intentional, and moderate. So be deliberate and mindful with every choice you're making, every food choice, every drink choice, every shopping choice, every party that you're going to choose to go to or not go to. Be deliberate with it. Be mindful. And a new word that seems to be new for people is to have healthy boundaries without being
like that.
aggressive. Passive is saying, well, I have to go because that's what we've been doing for 20 years, even though, I hate it, I have to go. Aggressive is saying, I'm not going to that thing.
Right.
Having healthy boundaries is
So it's
saying,
more accepting.
Yeah.
well, and
more of
it's saying
acceptance.
for me, I don't really want to go, but I guess I just went first. That would make me happy. When you get there, tell people I'm only staying for an hour, not putting blame on anyone else and projecting, but saying, what is best for me is if I actually stay home tonight. I don't want to go to that thing. I shouldn't have to go. See, that's
And
a
I
it's
catch
a whitey
myself
voice.
doing
It's
that
a-
all the time.
Of course. But then we often end up going anyways because it's actually not boundaries. I don't want to go, and then we can complain to all of our friends, and then we end up going.
And then you're-
sometimes
yeah.
complain the next day too.
And
So
then now
to
it's
honor
taking
ourselves,
over
it is, and
your-
it's
your-
causing
yeah.
that stress and anxiety and resentment, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to let ourselves do that. And so same with, well, I bought so and so this, and now my credit card bill, how am I going to pay that off? Well, let's be deliberate with everything we do, with everything we say, everything we buy, everything we eat, everything we drink. You can ask yourself. So here's one of the mind hacks. Ask yourself, is this serving me?
Yeah.
Do I really need this? Is this for my higher good? Is this really working for me? And often we haven't asked those questions before, but if you're quiet enough, you'll listen, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your body. And then so it's easier said than done, but still things. If you're going to order a large something, order a smaller one so you can have more sweets later or save money or whatever. Step number 3. And again, these are to get to those deep wounds that tend to come up at this time. But to allow forgiveness to yourself and to others.
That's so huge.
Yes, that's
so
really
huge.
It's
Even if you don't get it from them,
yes.
Right.
Forgive yourself and others for everything. When you truly feel that in your heart, oh my gosh, so much, it gets so much lighter. So anything you feel that's heavy, if you're not wanting to go somewhere, well, why? Well, because Aunt so and so
angry
or
at Uncle
cousin so and
Ted.
so.
Yeah.
Sure, from 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, he voted for Mondale back in '78. And I'm still
Right.
mad at him.
And now I hate going to that Christmas party, and we're just causing this. We don't have to.
Right.
And so if
That
deep
was
down,
84, sorry.
yeah, you're way off.
That's okay.
You're way off. If deep down we truly don't want to go boundaries, I have space, I don't want to go. Or man, once that forgiveness is gone, I'm going to this party, and now I actually feel good going, and I don't have to have that many drinks to feel comfortable, or do those vices that help us to cope.
Yeah.
So these are ways to actually help us to not have to cope with the
So
issue
forgive
underneath.
more, drink less.
That's the motto for 2020. Forgive more, drink less. It's actually
I like that. Forgive more.
We'll get
drink
some
less.
T-shirts made.
it's actually spot on. It's actually spot on.
Can we
because
trademark that right now?
or overeating or over shopping.
Yes.
Everyone has
Yeah.
their vices, whatever. Most people, I'm sure not everyone, but most people have some sort of social media, or gambling, or all sorts of things. So forgiveness, self-love, and honor yourself, and realize you don't need what other people's opinions aren't your business. That's for them to think in their heads. And so to cultivate this forgiveness and self-love, great. It sounds great. You all agree. How? How do we do that? That was a deep man. Like it's not easy, but in my opinion, it's not easy to keep facing it year after year after year and burying it and doing
and then
whatever.
it's just like tight inside of you, and
And how's it going to go away?
Exactly. I find myself forgiving like everybody, no matter how bad or good it was, or whatever.
Because it's not worth it for your own good, not for them.
Because I want to move on.
Yes.
You know,
All right,
I don't want
if
the
you have to
burden.
forgive somebody for how good it was, that's probably a different conversation.
I have to forgive you because it was so great.
Yes. Either way, forgiveness is a powerful thing. And so how to achieve that, how to get to those places where you truly feel it.
Right.
And so
And truly mean it.
Well,
You
and,
know what I mean? Yeah,
right,
we can, you
yeah,
know,
on a
sometimes you
cellular
can say it till
level,
you mean it, or-
exactly.
yeah.
It
Well,
is much harder to actually forgive somebody than it is to say you forgive somebody.
for real,
And that really is true.
It
You know,
is.
there are so many instances where
Oh, I
things
forgive
happen
you.
and
Sure.
Hmm.
Or I'm sorry. Tell your brother you're sorry. Sorry.
Or you forgive somebody and then later on you bring it again.
That really freaks me.
exactly. A lot
Yeah.
of people do that. I
Sure.
feel
So
like.
so again, so
that
this
may
is
be
the
one of the
stuff.
that may be one of the most difficult challenges I think for people in general
Yeah.
is
Humans.
to forgive,
Yeah.
truly forgive, and not be angry about something that somebody else did that wounded you in the past.
Right.
Now that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. That doesn't mean that you suddenly become
Correct.
blinded by everything they do, and
Right.
you know you're still mindful of the fact that this person is capable of doing
Yes.
that, but you don't interpret every action as an assault against you anymore.
As right as coming towards you, as an attack towards you. Yeah.
Any tips on ways to find forgiveness?
Yeah, well, and so that's the thing. So all this stuff we're talking about is on the outside, is on the conscious level.
Okay.
But all of these things are on the subconscious level. There's things that could have happened during our childhood that have created who we are now and the decisions we make
Oh,
now.
yeah.
And so it's easy to talk on the outside, like, man, how do I get that forgiveness? So where I focus is working on the subconscious, going around that thinking mind and getting into the subconscious program things. We reprogram it. We can truly reprogram. We don't go, well, how am I going to get over this? And here's the tip is there's a thing called EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. There's affirmations that you can find on YouTube and on all sorts of things. And there's ways to hack that subconscious mind. And so we don't have to keep suffering and making ourselves suffer and self-sabotaging.
And this is what you do. You heal people and people can come to you and they can say, how can I reprogram and then you guide
whatever
them through
it is.
that.
I do. It's usually health, money, relationships, life's purpose,
You know, I've seen a lot of these videos on YouTube. There's so many different meditation videos out there and videos that have the music and walking through a guided meditation and the affirmations. Do you recommend somebody listen to that completely conscious before they decide to allow themselves to program their self-conscious with it? Because my fear and sense with my fear is, but my fear is that if you don't do that, you could be setting yourself up for stuff that you don't necessarily want to program yourself with.
I agree.
So my recommendation, because I have sought some of that stuff out, if you're doing self-help and you're not working with a professional, is to at least preview it, listen to it ahead of time before you decide to go into a meditative state listening to it. Would you say that that's a
I do.
a good
I
suggestion?
do agree. And my current website is under construction and shifting to a new one, but I like to post links to ones that I recommend because I have done so much research on many of the things, the shifts that I've made in my life for healthier food, healthier supplements and body products. And I've spent a lot of time and money researching. And so I like to just give my opinion to those who are looking for that. And so, because I do agree, when we're working on subconscious reprogramming is basically what it is. You want to be selective of what energy.
I remember I did one without previewing it. The next day, I myself walking around clucking like a chicken.
I
so I know
figured.
that.
You got to be careful what you wish
Yeah,
for.
exactly.
Yeah, I fell asleep and I woke up.
I mean, just using positive words, using
Right.
positive phrasings and things as such is
Right.
so important
And
as well.
so it is very important. So we can say, and here's the mindset hack. So we can say, well, I forgive myself and others. I forgive my dad. I forgive my grandmother. I forgive, whoever it is. But what happens is that inner child goes, no, I don't. I'm still hurt really bad.
Right.
And then that ego mindset, which is our general, that's who protects us, to help us, keep us safe, says, hey man, that inner child is still hurt. We do not forgive. And that mindset shift did not take place. So here's the mind hack. And so this is the ego mind in the front saying, nope, don't forgive. No, I do. I want to forgive. I want to go to nope, you're not going to, because there's still hurt inside. So to first of all, honor what happened, be accountable for anything that you did in that time. Well, I guess I did do that. You don't have to be sorry. Be accountable for the situation. Pick out what part hurt you, what hurt you, and choose to let it go. I choose to let this go. And truly choose. And when we say I choose, it goes around that ego mind. It goes directly to the subconscious, like right into the programming. I choose to heal from this. I choose to forgive myself and the other person for everything. I choose to heal from this. I choose to believe I am safe. I choose to believe I am loved. I choose to believe I am worthy. And when we do these things, those secret words, you may not listen to it at first. Just like if someone starts working out and they want a 6-pack of abs, you don't get those abs after your first day of crunches.
You don't?
You can try. Those are painted on, Ralph. Those are painted
Oh,
on.
man. I got a quarter barrel and 2 cups. That's what I got.
So it does take a minute, but I'm telling you, it is profound. We can do it wisely. Not even using the word overshop or choose not to overeat. Don't use that word overeat. I choose to be mindful with my food. I choose to moderate and do it before every meal. Do it before every family event. Do it before every shopping. I choose to moderate. I choose to make choices for my higher self. And you all of a sudden you'll just notice like, whoa, that didn't trigger me. Whoa, I didn't go overboard. And it just kind of happens. We all have these symptoms over here, but there's a root core to where they're coming from. When we get to that root core, the symptoms just fade away. Super cool. Super, super cool. I know we have a few minutes left here.
No, it's all right. We can touch
right
on a
on.
couple.
She's gonna take your
we
job.
can touch on a couple next hour or two.
Yeah, if we don't pick them up before the break, we'll
Right on.
We'll pick it up
Right
after the break.
The 2 last ones are super easy too. It's up to you. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we could break.
We can break. Yeah, we've got some music.
We got to go
more
about it.
So
How long you been doing this, girl?
About 6 years.
6 years now.
It started out with gut healing, and I've said specializing with helping people, and I definitely want to help shift the words that Luana was saying earlier, that I heal people. I show people how to heal themselves.
Nice.
It's super cool. So thank you for that. But I definitely want to know that I'm the guide. I'm the one shining the light on possibilities, and it's so amazing, the human potential, and I really love what I do. So
great. Well, when we get back from the break, we're going to have Angie here for a few more minutes, and she's going to tell us the last 2 tips for managing holiday stress. And then we've got a fantastic musical guest, Michael Boss, coming back to the program.
Yeah,
after having played.
He just released a CD.
Can't wait to hear some of the music off of his new CD. So we'll be back after the break on Get Real with Ralph.
Just my luck, you realize you should find you could spend your life with someone. I'll be holding on, oh baby. I'll be holding on. I'll be holding on down to the memory. I'll be holding on down to the memory. The memory.
Listening to AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha. Streaming live at WLIP.com. Now, CBS News.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Real news, real reporting.
I'm Gary Nunn. The Northeast is the latest section of the country to get winterized. More than 800 flights canceled today. Delays reached 6,000. The morning commute in Boston, Philadelphia, and New York tomorrow will take time and patience with roads slippery and sloppy. Millions in the Midwest have icy travel stories to tell.
It was like driving through the grass here. It was inches of snow, and they'd been plowing, but it was coming down so quickly.
There were spots maybe you get up to 30 because it was just a 2-lane road, and it was all like compacted ice and chunky, like driving down a dirt road.
According to FlightAware, airports with the most canceled flights today included San Francisco International and Newark Liberty. Also big problems at airports in Chicago and Minneapolis. Of Los Angeles, about 9,000 utility customers were without power for hours because of the bad weather. The White House late today responded to the invitation to take part in the next round of House Judiciary impeachment hearings, saying it will not take part in the judiciary hearings scheduled for Wednesday. The White House citing what it calls lack of fundamental fairness. CBS News correspondent Weijia Jiang reports the response comes ahead of the House Intelligence Committee's release of its impeachment findings.
The House Intelligence Committee is expected to release a report revealing what lawmakers found after collecting evidence for weeks to determine if President Trump abused power by pressuring Ukraine to investigate political rivals. The president has repeatedly insisted he's done nothing wrong.
With 24 days until Christmas, shoppers are spending record amounts.
On Thanksgiving, we saw just over $4 billion in sales, a record. Then on Black Friday, we're projecting $9.4 billion.
Analyst Vivek Pandya of Adobe Analytics. Black Friday foot traffic in stores, though, fell more than 6% when compared with past years. 3 of 5 people killed or wounded in the Friday London stabbing attack were former Cambridge University students or staff members who had gathered for an event designed to connect graduate students with prisoners. Cambridge Vice Chancellor Stephen Toop says the attack stunned the community.
This is an attack on our community in many ways, and it was intended as such. It was meant to produce a form of terror and sadness, and it's clearly done that. It's made people very, very sad.
Police believe the suspect acted alone. A pre-dawn shooting on the edge of the French Quarter in New Orleans on Canal Street. 10 people struck by gunfire. 2 are in critical condition, no arrests. This is CBS News.
Crime, punishment, redemption.
Even the most demented Hollywood writers would not have dreamed up an ending like this.
48 Hours, Saturdays on CBS.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details. Need cash but have bad credit or maxed out cards? Now you can get a personal loan for up to $5,000, whatever your credit, with no paperwork. MoneyASAP.com is one of the nation's largest personal loan networks. If you have a checking account and a regular income source, you can get cash in your account as soon as tomorrow. Type this into your snap.com. MoneyASAP.com.
Live and local. Kenosha. Turn on AM 1050 or WLIP.com.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Are you looking for the hottest places to have a dinner date or the coolest places to grab a drink and appetizers with friends? Well, 262 Eats has it all. 262 Eats is a local food show that features the owners and takes you inside and behind the scenes of the favorite places of locals and travelers alike. Be sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to win prizes, gift certificates, and get special discount offers. That's 262 Eats.
AM 1050 WLIP, Kenosha's radio station, live and local.
Hi, this is Paul Francetic from Francetic Tax Resolution. Join me this Saturday morning from 7 till 8. We'll talk about taxes, I'll have weekly guests and giveaways, and we'll take your calls.
Don't get frantic with Paul Francetic. This Saturday morning, 7 to 8.
Sponsored by On-Site Staffing Services.
Hey folks, this is Lenny Palmer, your 8 till noon host here at AM 1050 WLIP. And all I have to say is, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no Bill Lawrence in my life. I'm coming back in the studio Monday after Thanksgiving, bright and cheery and full of sunshine. I'll tell you what, no Bill. Can't wait. 8 till noon, AM 1050 WLIP. Be there.
When should I be there?
You're hoarding out my promo.
AM 1050 WLIP. AM 1050 WLIP, Kenosha County Radar Weather, sponsored by
Good Value Pharmacy, offering free local delivery. 3 locations in Kenosha and now open in Racine. GoodValueRx.com.
Rain and snow likely before 9 p.m., then a chance of snow with a low of around 27, with wind gusts out of the north as high as 30 miles per hour. Snow accumulation of less than a half an inch possible. Then Monday, mostly cloudy, then turning sunny with a high near 35, with north wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 24. Then Tuesday, partly sunny and a high of 39. This is your weather twice an hour or when severe weather strikes on AM 1050 WLIP.
back. Get Real with Ralph on AM 1050 WLIP, or go to getrealwithralph.com to watch the live stream on YouTube, where you can see us all goofing around as well. And I'm going to have to remember to do some of those Doobie Brothers songs on karaoke night. What do you think, Jim?
I think so.
I'm going to need some wigs, some glasses, some props, though. We got to really do it upright.
I always want to do my Michael McDonald.
I can see doing
somewhere back long ago. I can do a lot better than that.
Well, I've already seen you do your Michael. I've already seen you do your B-52s.
Oh yeah, that's not hard to sing like Fred Snyder.
I
gotta paint a sign at the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's basically just your.
Yeah, well, you got it down though.
It sounds more like a game show.
That would never come out of my mouth the same way. But of course, I wasn't yelling "Here comes Barney" ever before either. So.
I don't know what that means.
I know you don't know what that means.
Hey, we got Angie McDermott on the show.
We do. We have Angie McDermott, and we've got Michael Bass here in the studio. And we're going to introduce him, give him a good introduction later. But he's here, so if you see some red hair next to me, I didn't, I don't have a new love interest. That's Michael Bass. As soon as he turns his head,
does it change?
Michael's like, can it be both?
I'm in love with his music. I'm in love with his music. Yeah.
I like the hair.
Yeah, I do. It's very cool, but it was different last time.
It was blonde for a long time. When he did the Songs of Freedom. With us, it was blonde.
And by the way, you rocked it that night.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So we still have Angie McDermott. We're talking about holiday stress and ways of dealing with it. The first tips are so we can kind of get caught up on the list here and then jump into the last two. How does that sound?
That's perfect. Thanks.
All right. Wonderful.
Yeah. So the first tip is to remember to breathe and truly breathe. All the way out. The exhale is the most important. 4x4. That's right. 4 seconds in, hold it for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds. Hold again, and we do that 4 times. And the exhale, that lovely sound you shared with us, is exactly what the biggest part of the breath is actually the exhale and the
that's letting it out.
Letting it out. And so not like whatever works, whatever works.
It's breathing the good.
The
breathe out the bad.
It is right. And so especially if you're alone in your car or something, to take that breath and to actually literally make that sound and just let that stuff go. So step 1 is to breathe. Step 2 is to be mindful, deliberate, and moderate when you're choosing your foods. You're choosing what parties you're going to purchase. Be mindful, moderate, and deliberate. Have your healthy boundaries for yourself. Set your intentions, and you'll just notice that you all of a sudden just set them. You're not, you're tricking yourself, and it works. That's really cool. Trick yourself into being mindful and moderate. Third tip is forgiveness.
Yes.
I choose to forgive myself and everyone for everything. I choose to believe I am safe. I choose to believe I am worthy. I choose to forgive myself and others for everything. So the fourth step is to create new habits in our physical body. A lot of the stuff we're talking about is our mind. However, our gut health is super important too, because 90% of our serotonin comes from our gut, and that's the happy hormones that offset the cortisol and the adrenaline. And so when 90% of that's coming from our gut, if we are, a lot of people do extra things with eating and drinking, having more sugar, having more booze, having more, more. And so, say that you're not eating these other things, you're just not going to do any of that. I would encourage everyone to at least bring one new habit in, like drinking water, like putting probiotics into your system to counteract all the sugar that you're doing. Create new habits, even if you're not going to stop. Well, I'm not going to eat less or drink less this holiday. Well, either way, I encourage you to bring new habits in. And so our physical body is just as important. Being mindful and moderate again. When we do offer that forgiveness, we notice that some of those eating cravings go away. And when we breathe, it supports our digestive system. It alkalizes the body, gets it out of being acidic. So they all go hand in hand. So I'm doing some extra things for your physical body. You can take herbs that are called adaptogen herbs that are calming on your mind, calming on your nervous system. They're available on my website, or I can post it on here. They're available at Fresh. Available on adaptogen herbs, which are calming on the nerves. So all just wonderful things we can incorporate, probiotics and things like that. Tip number 5, and it's one of those ones that's easier said than done, is find your joy of the season. It might not be exactly what your family's been doing for 20 years. Maybe for them, the joy was something else, but for you, it can be your own thing. And it can be hard sometimes to be true with ourselves because we don't want to go against the grain. We don't want to disappoint our families or perhaps be ostracized or that fear again of not being enough. But to truly find what your reason is, what's your why for the holidays, and to own it and to honor it and to allow it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's sometimes easier to go with the flow on the rest of the stuff.
How did you know that this was something that you were going to end up doing for the rest of your life?
I guess I was myself to get self out of my own chronic pain, anxiety, depression, out of that old cycle. And these are some of the ways that I found that got myself out of it. All the doctors tried to heal what was happening and heal those symptoms
with medication.
And I found the source of it and it all just disappeared. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to share this with people. So that started about 6 years ago. And then I just started doing it for people. So it was just maybe 2-3 years ago that I was like, I love this. This is it.
This is what I gotta do.
It is. And people seem to respond.
Yeah.
People hear it and it's things that I never heard before. And just hearing it can change everything. So I hope these 5 tips today are helpful.
And it's almost
in
finding your joy, like you say, within the season.
Whatever that is.
Right.
Whatever that is. And it's okay, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What if mine is drinking copious amounts of eggnog?
Then you should do that. But I encourage you to have some probiotics, drink some water.
Yeah, there you go.
Mix the probiotics.
I don't. System is
breathe and forgive.
Yes.
While you're drinking that eggnog out of the cart.
I forgive you, and I'm thinking about it.
And I forgive myself.
And I'm breathing in between.
Forgiving ourselves.
Breathe
too.
while you drink it.
Yeah. Breathe and forgive and chug.
Now, Angie, you do workshops, correct?
I do.
You do, and where do you travel? Where do you go?
I've been back and forth between here and Alaska the past couple years.
Okay.
And so I've done a couple workshops up there. We had a nice little full moon ceremony gathering when I was here this last time. And what I'm doing is getting to more public speaking into bigger groups, into schools, universities, corporations. And there I'm talking about all sorts of different things, how to identify trauma, how to have more effective communication without that passive aggressive energy, to, again, avoid conflict. We have all these ways about how to manage conflict, but I'm like, man, voice that with effective communication and tapping out of that PTSD and tapping out of all that heavy energy.
That's kind of how I live my life. I avoid every type of conflict that there is.
Avoidance is another thing.
That's why I'm still single.
So that's the passive aggressive. That's the passive side of that is avoiding.
We'll talk.
I don't think there's enough time left in the show to fix him. Though.
Oh no, we're friends. We're friends.
And to not fix. We're all perfect, whole, and complete, and that's where that forgiveness comes from. Is just love ourselves where we are, do our best for ourselves this holiday, and do what we can to enjoy it.
Love yourself, people.
Love it.
And
Thank
forgive.
you. Thank you for coming on and sharing with us, and feel free to stay on and share with us as we introduce Michael here and introduce some of Michael's music. Now, do we have any of Michael's new music with us here in the studio?
I have nothing.
Ready to go?
No.
We're gonna have to get a hold of some of your new studio stuff too. We'll get to that like on our first break. You can help us call it up. But I wanted to introduce so we're going to shuffle over, and while they're doing that, Michael has played on our show before. This is Michael Bass, and you can see the link to his content, I think, on our site as well. In addition to appearing on our show before, he was one of the artists who volunteered his time at our Songs of Freedom Music Festival, which was for the benefit of human victims of human trafficking and supporting Operation Underground Railroad, which rescues children. And we really appreciate you giving your time. And since then, you've put together a new studio album. So, Michael, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you for having me back. It's really a pleasure. I'm a WLIP junkie, man.
Nice.
Yeah. It's addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, once you get in there, there's no leaving. There's no leaving.
It's like the Hotel California, huh?
Yeah.
Can check in, never check out.
Yeah,
right.
You can check out, you just can't leave. Darn it.
Yeah, that too.
You got some new material to play for us, huh?
Yeah, and some of it is even more new than the album.
Ooh,
nice.
They call that an exclusive.
Yeah.
Do we have to sign any papers?
No, not at all.
Speaking of which, did you see that there's a comedian now that is going around and he is having all of the fans His name is Pete Davidson,
Yeah.
and he has the fans signing a $1 million NDA before they even walk into
Non-disclosure,
Yeah, a $1 million non-disclosure agreement. They have to leave their cell phones, any recording devices in the car, can't bring him into the arena so that nobody can steal his jokes. They can't comment on it. They can't even critique him.
Pete had a rough, Pete had a rough time, man.
I need to do that with my
Pete's
life.
Pete's he's from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
Pete Davidson. He was who was he married to? What's her name? The little cupcake singer.
I don't know who he was married to, so I wouldn't know which cupcake singer that is.
Yeah, it was.
Cupcakes are your thing.
I love cupcakes.
I can't think of it right now. Hours.
I do that.
Yeah.
But I do know that he's a funny guy. I've seen some of his old
Adriana Grande. What's her name? Mocha Grande. Ariana Grande.
He was married to her?
Yeah.
Really?
Very short time.
Well, I wonder if part of the reason that
then he was seeing some hot model after that.
I wonder if some of the reason that he was having fans sign non-disclosure isn't just because he doesn't want his jokes stolen, but because comedians are always under fire for not being politically correct anymore. You can't make fun of anybody without some group being offended by it.
Right.
And I wonder if that's part of it as well.
It's part of
because
that.
It gets old. You can't even crack a joke without worrying about being boycotted.
I know a lot of comedians too that people are recording them on their phones.
Right.
During someone was like, "I'm going to take your phone before you walk in the door." Well, you can't take my phone away from me.
Well, if you want to come in,
you want to come in.
You want to come in. You got to check
non-disclosure. That's all the type of things. If he finds you doing that, he's gonna sue you.
I think in the future you're going to see more of that. I think you're going to see nightclubs. You have your phone in the car. You got to sign an NDA because people are sick of going out and then every little mistake, every little misstep, every little word that comes out of the mouth that's wrong gets plastered all over social media, and suddenly people's lives and careers are ruined over what? I had one too many drinks and said something stupid.
Yeah,
it's really not fair. So not
Michael,
to walk all over your new exclusive, but we're certainly not signing a non-disclosure agreement here tonight because you're on live radio.
Yeah.
But I want to hear your newest thing that you're doing for us, and let's just jump right into it. What are you playing?
All right. There's a working title for this song called Abstract Wannabe, but that's just what I came up with it in my phone when I wrote it. So if you think of a good name, let me know, because I'm drawing a blank.
All right. Folks, if you can think of a good name, 262-694-1050. You can call in with a name.
This is all us,
if
man.
It's serious.
This is
if
all
it's
us.
serious. Yeah, but we're going to try first.
Even if it's not serious, I'll take it.
All right. Serious 50 WLIP.
Wow.
Go ahead.
And it peers right through me, and it falls upon you. Are you ordinary too? It's a strange connection, my own rendition, but I know you'll like it too. 'Cause there's nothing but hate in the ground. So hold up your head to the clouds. I'm so high I don't wanna come down. I just wanna move out the sound and the moment and breathe out the peace of your God. And it's overbearing when I see you staring, looking through the black-eyed wall. Just watch the arrow in a corner that you know is much too narrow. From a seed to a tree you grew. 'Cause there's nothing but hate in the ground. So hold up your head to the clouds. I'm so high I don't wanna come down. I just wanna be moved by the sound and the moment and breathe out the peace of your God. 'cause there's nothing but hate in the ground. So hold up your head to the clouds. I just wanna move by the sound and the moment and breathe out the peace of your God. I just wanna be moved by the sound and the moment and breathe out the peace of your God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
So, piece of your guide.
I was just say breathe out.
Breathe out the piece of your guide.
I would just
Of
make
your
it
God is a God. That's your
I
title.
would
breathe out the
I would
piece
call
of
it
your God.
breathe out and then put the piece of your God in parentheses like
Yeah.
they do an old song title.
You do
So
that.
that like
You
the
do
short
that.
version is breathe out. But yeah.
I like
Awesome.
it. I
Yeah.
was thinking
Thank
of
you.
like rising.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Be really good.
So that's not on your newest.
No. I can play a song off my newest though.
Oh, I'm sure you can, and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. But I was just clarifying that is
Yeah.
not out there yet. Now,
No.
where are you playing next?
Well, I have a new band now called Lunar Lizard with Georgia Ray.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
yeah. Georgia was
That's
she was
right.
in here
Georgia
talking
told
about
us
that.
she was
Yeah.
doing that with you.
Yeah, we just actually had our first show last night, and I'm recovering from that.
Was that her birthday party?
Yeah, that was her birthday bash, and it was the best birthday bash I have ever
That was down
been
what
to.
Illinois was that? Or?
Yeah, at Mackey's Hideout. in
Georgia has got to
Illinois.
be an amazing partner to have in a band.
Oh yeah,
She's just got an energy about her, and you've got an energy about you that I imagine the two of you together must be just intense.
Yeah, and we're such great friends on top of it.
Right.
And we both know what we want, and it's music, and it's great to have a common goal.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be playing December 14th at Spanky's Bar and Grill, not in Kenosha, in Waterford,
One
Wisconsin.
in Waterford.
Spanky. I've actually been contacted by the owner of Spanky's
For 262.
Yes, yeah, and I've been contacted
Are they
by a few-
262?
Yeah, they're 262.
Okay.
And I've heard wonderful
Continuity.
things about the food. Have you eaten there yet?
I have not, no.
We're gonna have to go check that out
Yeah, on
sounds
December
good.
14th.
on December 14th for sure.
Yeah.
December 14th for sure.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
wait,
gonna be a
what day of the
great
week is
time.
December 14th?
I don't know.
Saturday.
Friday. It's a Saturday because
I'm gonna be performing that night
because we
but-
got a Friday
Yep,
13th.
yep.
So
But the next one for sure.
who else is in the Lizards with you? Is Josie in the
Uh,
Lizard?
No, Josie's a friend of the Lizard.
Okay, all right.
Acquaintance.
He's on a vacation far away right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we got Luis, our drummer,
Luis.
and then we got Jer, our bass player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
and it's a lethal combo. I tell you
Mhm.
what, that rhythm section,
Yeah.
it's bumping.
I
Not
can
bumping.
now wait. Now, have you written together ad libs version?
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. I haven't been writing a lot for my solo stuff, just because of that. But you know,
I can't wait to hear your voices together.
oh, it's great, man. We've gotten a lot of great feedback, and it's great to hear that. So December 14th, that's going to be great. And then solo, I'm going to be playing early January. You can find all of my shows. I have way too many to rattle off the top of my head.
What's your site?
www.mykalbaas.com. And it'll be under the tour tab.
Got it. All right. I see it right here. And I'm going to post a link right to the tour tab, right to the show right here so people can see it. But that's fantastic stuff. What are you going to play next for us off your latest?
I'm going to play a song called Let Me Drown.
All right.
All right.
Do not.
and I have gone so far away from here, and I have gone to every place I fear, and I will run into my darkest hour with guns drawn. I don't want to live forever, and I don't need you around to help me up when I start to drown. And I don't need you around to help me up when I start to drown. Let me drown. And will you walk 1,000 miles in my shoes before you talk like you know who is who, and then get lost in a world of self-inflicted, the line you've crossed? It can never be corrected, and I don't need you around to help me up when I start to drown. And I don't need you around to help me drown. Let me drown. Let me drown. Let me drown.
Nice job, man.
Thank you.
See, what's the story behind that one, dude?
That one, before the album came out, I went through a period of a low period.
Okay. Well, we have Angie here, so
Yeah.
we can. I don't know if you're
She can
listening.
help you
I don't
work
know
on
if you're
that.
listening to that first hour, but I think she'll help you out with that song. No, that's all right. Yeah, go ahead, man. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, but that was just describing that. And
Mhm.
at the time when I wrote those songs, I didn't know if I wanted to be that vulnerable, but
Mhm.
I feel like it helped me get over it. Obviously,
Yeah.
the newest one and
Wow,
a little bit
that's-
older one,
Right. So it's more therapeutic for you.
That's
Yeah.
really deep
do it.
that you just realize that you're putting your vulnerability out there in exchange for what you gain. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a big,
you
big
know.
step.
Yeah. Hey, Angie, what do you think about that?
I think that's huge. Vulnerability is it takes a lot of courage,
Mhm.
and it's very healing, and it can help heal others too. So
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
right. That's what people they listen to you and hear things that they don't. Well, he went through the same thing. He beautifully playing this and talking about the hurt and things as such. But then again, and that's what it is, right? When people can relate to someone else going through the same thing that they're going through.
Well, yeah, how many songs do you cry to?
Yeah.
Even as a
I can't-
grown
just about to
man,
say,
I can't mention that.
that.
I can't mention that. No, yeah.
You know.
But yeah.
I was gonna say that it's a good song to cry to and just let it all out.
I
Yeah.
cry. I cry.
Drive and cry. And,
I do cry. So, okay.
oh yeah.
That would be a great poll question for one of these episodes. What song makes you cry?
And we can find this album online. Like
you can find it anywhere. It's called Birthday Girl. I should have
Mhm.
said that earlier, but it's called Birthday Girl, and you can find it Spotify, iTunes, everywhere you
Put it
can
on your
think of.
website.
On my website. It's
And I'm
on my
looking at it right
website.
now. Yep.
Looking right at the Michael Bass site, and you've got a very well put together site. I've a lot of self publishing. You're not you're not a signed artist where you have a team of people promoting your music, and you got to get it out there yourself. But
Right.
it looks like you're doing a really good job of that all on your own. Who helps you with that?
I do that on my own with Weebly, obviously, but it's just a lot of paying attention to like what do the big guys do? Like I spent a lot of time checking out their website, and because as a local guy, that does matter.
Right.
It does stand out. So
And a lot of people, they can, a lot of artists nowadays are doing it on their own. They don't need to get signed by a label. You don't need to, have these big companies come in and take half of everything that you earn, and then later on you're in the hole.
I can remember. I think
No,
one.
you
I
got
think
a
one.
SoundCloud and a Bandcamp and all that too.
no SoundCloud, but Bandcamp, because I just an issue.
Enough said.
Okay.
I don't like that they make you download the app when you're on the website.
Gotcha.
On your phone.
Gotcha.
I don't want to download the app.
Right. You don't want to be beeping in all the time.
Yeah.
You don't like the notifications. You want to go to the site and hear it. Knowing you're off, you're off.
Yeah, and with Bandcamp, you can pull that up on your mobile thing, and it shows up fine. It transfers pretty well. So, and I like the community of Bandcamp. I like what it is, what it stands for.
And you can buy the entire album off Bandcamp. It's a digital download. Is it on Apple Music as well?
Yeah, it's on Apple Music. It's on everything.
So anywhere where you can buy music, you can look for Michael Bass. That's MYKALBAAS. When we come back from the break, we're going to have Michael stick around and play a little more music. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back right after this on Get Real with Ralph.
Kenosha's conversation happens here, live and local. Turn on AM 1050 or WLIP.
Are you looking for the hottest places to have a dinner date or the coolest places to grab a drink and appetizers with friends? Well, 262 Eats has it all. 262 Eats is a local food show that features the best the area has to offer. Watch Ralph Nudi as he samples the food, interviews the owners, and takes you inside and behind the scenes of the favorite places of locals and travelers alike. Be sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to win prizes, gift certificates, and get special discount offers. That's 262 Eats.
Message and data rates may apply. Individual results may vary. Exclusions apply.
But hey, I'm buying a huge flat screen TV so I can finally see it without my glasses.
Why not just get LASIK at the LASIK Vision Institute? That's what I'm doing.
My glasses and contacts are a pain. I'd love to finally get rid of these, but who can afford LASIK?
You can. Because the LASIK Vision Institute is offering dramatically low prices and an absolutely free consultation. Just text VISION33 to 350-350. The Vision for features. They use the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision for a fraction of what others charge. Better vision, better value. The LASIK Vision Institute. Make this the year you finally get LASIK. For a free consultation plus an extra 20% discount, text VISION33 to 350-350. You'll see for free if LASIK is right for you. That's VISION 33 to 350-350.
Connect to this radio station from all across the country. Take us to the gym, shopping. How about a road trip? Listen to us now on the free iHeartRadio app. You'll never miss a moment with your favorite radio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app and search for this station so we can go wherever you want us to.
Wake Up Kenosha, Bill and Pete both back on Monday. Mr. Grumble is back. Steve Casey. It's another edition of One Man's Opinion. Paul Francetic from Don't Get Frantic. We'll talk taxes Monday morning. State Senator Bob. Well, we've got a brand new money back pot. $10.50, and it's a brand new week of dinner and a movie. Wake up, Kenosha.
This is Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP.
Realty Pro and David Insurance are getting together to help children in need with a toy drive, helping Toys for Tots. They're asking for unwrapped toys. It's going to be at Mason's Eatery on Wednesday, December 11th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can meet Santa. He'll be there from 6 to 7, and then dig out that ugly sweater. Maybe you can win some cash if you got the ugliest one. They got an ugly sweater contest. Also trying to get unwrapped toys to help children in need with Toys for Tots. So come on out to Mason's Eatery Wednesday, December 11th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information or to get your event on the community calendar, go to WLIP.com.
AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha County Radar Weather. Sponsored by
Mason's Eatery and Pub, Highway 50 just west of Kenosha. 7 days a week, 8 until noon. MasonsBar.com.
Rain and snow likely before 9 p.m. and a chance of snow with a low of around 27 with wind gusts out of the north as high as 30 miles per hour. Snow accumulation of less than a half an inch possible. Then Monday, mostly cloudy, then turning sunny with a high near 35 with north wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 24. Then Tuesday, partly sunny and a high of 39. This is your weather twice an hour or when severe weather strikes on AM 1050 WLIP.
Darling, you're always there at the rescue. Depending on you. Darling, you're always there by my side. You're always there by my side. Darling, you're always there at my rescue.
And we're back on Get Real with Ralph, your fun, exciting, and crazy. Here on NPWLIP. I'm sure you're watching the live stream if you can, though, on YouTube. It's much more exciting to see all of our bright and shiny faces. Just go to getrealwithralph.com and it'll take you right to our YouTube channel. Nice and easy.
But you're going to have to sign non-disclosure.
Yes, for $1 million.
For
non-disclosure box.
No,
You
you
check the
got to
boxes.
click before you get content.
It's an implied TOS agreement.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Let's do that.
Let's do
We
it.
should.
You got to pay me $1 million.
$1 million. Here it is. You have to pay us $1 million.
Or
Hey, Chip, can you talk to the higher ups at the station? I want to get my own weather people. Can we get our own weather people?
Ooh, that would be
I want
great.
something more exciting.
You can do whatever you want.
You know what? Maybe we could have Michael come every week and he could sing the weather, like just play the guitar, and like
I'll do that.
make stuff up.
It's partly cloudy today.
It's gonna be rain.
I see it almost like an Adam Sandler-ish type of little thing. We do the weather.
Hey, let's say hi to your coworkers
Yeah, what's
over
up?
over at Pizza Hut.
What's up?
Keith Stokes, what man, Jim Seller, buddy. What's up?
Yeah.
Keith's got a new band or what? A new van.
New van.
A new van.
A new Chevy van.
Ooh.
Nice.
He's got a couple guitars in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's
Guitars and pizza. That almost
Guitar-
sounds
Yeah.
like that could be a
guitars
that could be
and
a thing.
pizza and
Yeah, that thing is my life.
guitar and pizza.
Yeah.
I just came up with your next album name.
Yeah.
So
Guitars
no
and
charge
pizza.
for that.
guitars and pizza.
Guitars and
Non-disclosure
pizza.
act.
You just have to credit me. Thanks, Ralph Nudi, for the name.
All
That's
right.
it.
All right.
Yeah. With and you can watch me on. I was on Get Real with Ralph before I was famous. You got to put the little link there because
Right,
you're
right.
you're gonna make it big someday. I'm telling you, rock.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So what's next?
Wow, what's next? This guy is next.
I know.
He's
I
all the
know.
way through the end.
As I looked at him when I asked, "What's next, man?"
I'm gonna play the first single off the album.
Nice, boss. Carry on.
Yeah, it's all just a big old game. Yeah, it's all just a big old game. Yeah, it's all just a big old game, but I forgot the rules. Yeah, it's all just a big old lie. Yeah, it's all just a big old lie. Yeah, it's all just a big old lie, but I know the truth. So carry on, on, carry on. Yeah, it's all gonna be okay. Yeah, it's all gonna be okay. Yeah, it's all gonna be okay, 'cause we're leaving soon. So carry on, carry on. So carry on, carry on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Very nice.
That was the single.
It was a single.
I think we got
That was
somebody on the
single.
line.
And then we do?
Maybe it's
Is
a
it
big.
the-
Maybe it's a
song-
big. Maybe it's big record search. Wants to sign you right now.
It's Pizza Hut.
Hey,
You're on the air with Get Real with Ralph.
hey, what's up? I was calling you because I was, making my one phone call trying to order a pizza, and some lady bailed me out.
What?
Yeah, bailed
Yeah,
out.
lady bailed me out. I think it was the same lady from R. Kelly. She bailed me out of jail. So we
Okay.
went to a hotel. It was like a high rise. We went and then,
Wow.
Which,
and the
what's your-
elevator ride
what
was
city
so
was
long.
this?
We had a lot to talk about.
Oh, okay.
We
All
even
right.
cried a couple times.
Okay.
And then so
that
we
happens
got
in
up to the
elevators.
top floor. Hello?
Yeah, we're here. We're
What's
here.
up? Keep
Yeah, we
talking.
got to the top floor. I'm sorry, I heard a voice. But we got to the top floor, and then she invited me in her apartment, and then she started dancing.
Oh,
And
okay.
dancing.
Where are we going
And
with
dancing.
this?
Oh,
Did you, have a suggestion for a song? You're calling to Get Real with Ralph. Suggestion for a song name, or what made you call in
I
today?
thought I was calling the pizza place.
A pizza place.
A pizza place.
Yeah, the wifey pizza.
No, you called. I think you called a couple of weeks
YP.
ago. You got the wrong. No, this is a radio station.
It's getting real at Ralph Pizza.
I've been calling this pizza place for the past 3 weeks. And then she was dancing, and she was moving all the sexy moves.
Okay.
And then I decided to do the lock.
Okay. All right. We're just going to. Okay.
All right. We have no idea where this guy was
he's
going with
gone.
that pizza place.
He's gone.
Goodbye, pizza guy.
He's gone.
Speaking of Pizza Hut, huh?
That
I
made
know.
my night.
This is like the third time he
I
called
know.
a couple of weeks ago ordering a pizza.
He
too.
did.
You got to find
and
out
then
who
he
this guy
called
is.
before. He called like twice. What? How many times already?
I have a feeling we're getting punked. What do you think?
Probably.
Does he really believe that he's calling the pizza place? I mean, he said he got bailed
No,
out by
this-
R. Kelly's
that-
girl.
that-
Where's this lady? She's getting
R.
all this.
Kelly.
I think we got a guy with a very
R.
boring
Kelly's
life on
girlfriend
our hands.
isn't old enough to bail anybody out.
I don't know, man. That's all I gotta say. I don't know, man. I have no idea what's happening.
I don't
to
know.
the show
I don't know.
right now.
I don't know too many 14-year-olds have bail money.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Piggy bank.
Yeah.
Hey, how about another song by
Yeah,
Michael Boss?
yeah, because that was strangely awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's
Unlike
a
you,
song.
Michael, you are
She
not
was-
strangely awkward.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Really?
But,
No,
Hey,
Michael,
hey, by the way, we just came up with a new animated version of our show that we're going to be releasing, like little clips. And I said we've got to get like one of your songs in our
yeah.
animated show.
For
That would
sure.
be so much fun.
Definitely.
So make sure you pose for
Heck
that
yeah.
camera right there because I was going to be like, all right, what do you?
All right.
All right, enough with the peace signs. So tell us what you're singing now, man.
All
Come on.
right. This song is for that guy who's obviously in a twisted town, and this is about the twisted town that I went down to.
Okay.
Oh,
It's called Vultures.
for the pizza guy.
Vouchers
Yeah,
for the
vouchers. Yeah.
for Pizza Man. You got a song, dude. You got a song out of us.
This song for-
That's all you're getting out of us is a song.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vultures by Michael Boss.
I went down to a twisted town, and I can't describe all the magic in their eyes. And as I'm mesmerized to know that vultures scream when you're up down. Eagles fly when you're up down. You went back to the flat and down, and you can't convey straight to this very day. Robins fly away, you know that. Vultures scream when you're all down. Eagles fly when you're all down.
Yeah, outstanding, man. So on your album, Georgia Ray sing that, or
That is was the first that song. One of her songs was like the first song.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's actually your first music video you should do.
We got to sail off with
working
that
on
one.
it.
Oh yeah.
that's a good one to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to sail off with that one as we're signing off here, though, with him and Georgia together. I want.
Okay, yeah,
I
we'll do that.
I heard
We'll
it
do
before,
that.
but I want our
Yeah.
audience to hear it.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the songs that I've heard a couple of times now, and it's
so good.
It's a good song. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll play that.
It's definitely radio
Yeah,
friendly,
we'll play
too.
that in like 5 minutes here. So we got we'll play that towards the top of the hour.
Exactly.
Okay. So which means we got another few minutes here. If you got anything else we want to hear.
So yeah, but I want to know
Yeah, go ahead,
any
Cassie.
big plans for spring, summer, any tours outside of the area that you're planning now with Lizard, or what's the new what do you have
Lunar
coming up?
Lizard.
Lunar Lizard,
yeah. So like I said, to get shows booked every weekend for one or the other, either with the band or as a solo thing. And we're trying to get into a few festivals this summer. Couldn't
Nice.
have a really good time there.
Well, I've got a date for you when we get off the air to check, because we moved Songs of Freedom up a little bit into August this year. So-
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
and
We'll talk about
we'd
that.
love to have Lunar Lizards there together. That would be a fun
That would be
fun
great.
addition to the
That'd be
lineup.
fantastic.
Have you crowd surfed yet?
Have I crowd surfed?
And if not, do you want to?
Oh yeah, I have.
You have? Is it awesome?
not like with my band, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little uncomfortable, and I'm not used to people grabbing my butt, but that happens.
I am.
That happens.
I am.
So
I'm grabbing his butt now.
That's great.
Better yours than mine, Jim.
Yeah, good for you, man.
That's why.
Yeah. So festivals.
Is that why we're in the festival? Has that like a positive thinking?
Yeah.
thing?
No, I'm
Like,
wearing
I
my
want to play
festival
festivals, so I
hat.
wear a festival hat. Yeah, PMA, positive mental attitude. That's what it is, right? He's
Right.
he's envisioning playing festivals.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be
good.
great.
But big things are happening with that, so that's good. And
Nice.
just playing
That's
as
great.
much as possible. My next solo show, I believe, the next one is at Lily's in Chicago on December 28th.
Yeah, see, a lot of guys been playing down there a lot. I know Daniel Thompson was talking about Lily's, and Kai Anderson plays down there as well.
Yeah, they're working really well with us. You know,
Is that the new It place or what?
Well, Fusion closed, and it just seems like that is where people are not necessarily having an open mic, but playing, and that seems to be, it's really good. As far as I know, they're working with us. Is a push for that and getting that organized. So big shout out to her for getting the Kenosha guys into Chicago,
Nice.
which is hard to do sometimes.
And
you know?
when did you realize that you can sing? Like one day you were just like, oh, and then you're like, oh, I can actually sing.
Music's always been my thing, and I just kind of looked at singing as like a have to.
Right.
you know, I'm a songwriter,
Right.
you know, so I don't know.
Did
I
you
watch
always
videos.
play a guitar?
I started playing guitar really young. At
Mhm.
like 7, drums
Okay.
even earlier than that, thanks
Nice.
to my dad, you know.
Mhm.
And it's been, you know, I didn't take it that seriously when I was younger,
Right.
but you know, when you figure out what the real world's like,
Mhm.
you know, you start hitting the bricks. So it's been steady for like 2 years now. I've been really, you know, just writing songs, sifting through it, getting out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which I'm really grateful for now because that really
Keeps you in time.
yeah, it
No.
really helped me out with rhythm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. It can be a big help.
Yeah. And I always wanted to be a rhythm guitar player too. You know, that was like my thing. Paul Stanley of Kiss
Yeah.
was my guy. I was like, that guy. That's what I
I
want
want
to
to
be.
eat a bat's head.
I always want to be Gene, same as. All right, what are you gonna play for us? We got room for one more, but we got room
It's
for
gotta
at
be
least
a
one more
fast
here.
one.
Yeah,
It's got to be real fast
yeah.
one.
Give us a short one.
But we're gonna go straight into the other song then.
Yeah.
This will be our goodbye then.
This will be our goodbye,
All right.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Goodbye.
ladies and gentlemen. This is Get Real with Ralph. I'm your host, Ralph Nudi, signing off, and we're going to go into the break with Michael Bass live, and then we're going to follow up with Voucher
with Georgia Ray
and Michael Bass and Georgia Ray. So
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in, and you can watch this episode again and again and again and again because you know you're going to watch it. Just go to getrealwithralph.com. Good
All
night.
right. Here's a cover by a guy named Tom Holland, the Buzzsaw. It's seldom I find solitude. You're here with me in thoughts I can't get past. You're ever far away from me. This ever-present sadness cannot last. But it don't mean a thing to me, 'cause you know I try. It don't mean a thing to me, don't hurt my pride. That moment I spent close with you was the peacefulest one of my life. A small little talk was a big conversation. I just couldn't see what you wanted out of me. Anyway, I never was one for persuasion. I just never felt that I'd feel so at ease. That's the price I pay to have loved so carelessly. You know I try. Though to you it's all the same. I'm alone in my loneliness, just headed back to the place from where I came. But it don't mean a thing to me, 'cause you know I tried. And if it don't mean a thing to me, 'cause you hurt my pride, I'll take a walk, have a smoke, and I'll forget it. I just couldn't be what you wanted me to be. Anyway, I'd probably just choke up the words if I thought of ones that bring you back to me. That's the price I pay to have loved so carelessly. You know I try. That's the price I pay to have loved so carelessly. That's why you're locked down. You and I.
It's 10 o'clock. You're listening to AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha. Streaming live at WLIP.com.